So just thought I'd give you all a quick tour of what our KPI dashboard can do. Now, all of this can be bespokely made for your business's needs, your relevant KPIs, and we'll set out what exactly it is we think is going to be relevant for you as part of our consultation process. But this here is the executive dashboard. So what this shows you is a balanced overview of all of the most important figures for your business. So your revenue in the month, revenue in the quarter, your net profit, margins, etc. And you got a bunch of data that would be relevant to your practice. And again, this can be all customized to be as busy or as simple as you want it to be. We can present information on this page in graph format or in any format really that you want. And coming on to the financial dashboard, so this dashboard shows you everything to do with the financial performance of the business. And again, some of the information is obviously repeated in these pages, but this goes into greater detail. So if you go into any of these categories, it can show you trends, it can show you the information that underpins where that figure has come from, and give you a bit more information about that particular metric. Now the cash flow page is the one that I'm personally most proud of, and the reason for that is it was built to solve a very specific need that a lot of small businesses deal with, and that is understanding when the best time to pay suppliers would be when they're in a cash crisis. So the way this works is, this is just a demo version, so it doesn't have any live bank accounts in, but it will take your balance across all your accounts on a given particular date. It estimates what your expected income will be, and that's not from invoices, that's from the averages of people paying into your bank account over the last 13 weeks to predict what the next 13 weeks incoming payments will look like. And then it will give you what it projects the balance to be after 13 weeks or on any given date. It pulls over your payables, so anybody that you owe money to currently or that you know is coming up, you stick all that in there, and then it will calculate who from these suppliers you can afford to pay after taking out the wages, after taking out your taxes, and after taking a reserve for any emergency expenditure. So that will be very, very useful for small business owners who are cash conscious to be able to easily prioritise certain suppliers' payments over another. And you can set rules as well, so it might choose to prioritise them by date overdue, or you might have it that certain suppliers are preferred over others, or whichever way you want to do it. It can be customised to work for your business in the way you want it to work. So on the sales and marketing dashboard, this basically gives you all the information you need to know about cost and acquisition and how effectively your sales team's working. So it has obviously your total inquiries and the win rates and how much you've spent in marketing per lead, and it can also give you a best performing source and a worst performing source, and again this can be customised to meet your specific business demands. Now the CRM dashboard, this might be useful for companies that have got a complex client load, or they want to just keep an eye on how the cases are performing whilst they're in. So you'll have your active clients, track of new clients, how many of the clients that you've currently got active or over a period of time are actually returning clients, whether anyone's dropped off your radar, any leads that you've lost, and your actual win rate can be calculated in here. And it gives you here a list of your top clients by revenue. Now, what this can be useful for is if you have a need to upscale or downscale your clients, you can see actually the sort of clients that will be most profitable for you to take on and which ones might not be. So again, on the operational dashboard, this will show you, whilst the client's are live and the cases are live, how far along you are overall, how cases are progressing, how long they're taking to complete, and it can give you an idea of of essentially the utilization and the operational efficiency of your business. And again, this can be adapted to whatever it is that you do, whether it's manufacturing or whether it's consulting, as this has been set up for. Again, we've got a matter tracker here, so this can basically show you as a broad overview where each of the cases that you're dealing with currently, or each of the orders that you're currently dealing with, are up to, how much they paid for it, how much money you've made on that particular order, and what stage it's actually at. Now, the staff performance page can be also useful to make determinations about staffing levels and whether you need extra capacity, whether somebody's got too much capacity, whether they're making loads of mistakes, whether they're causing a lot of rework to be required, and how much of their time is actually billable time versus administrative or non-billable time. Now, this can be connected to various different data points, such as like your Google reviews, your Trustpilot reviews, Facebook reviews, anywhere where people can leave feedback about your business. That can be dragged into here. You can also look at sending questionnaires out to active and completed clients or satisfied customers, and dissatisfied customers. And it can show you really how your clients view your business in real time. So if you've got a lot of clients that are complaining about a particular issue, or you're getting a lot of complaints about, I don't know, the quality of a particular product that you're selling, it might help you to isolate that product and figure out how you can improve it, or whether it's worth pulling the product from your roster, or whether it's worth refining that or rebranding it. Now, nobody wants to really think about risk and compliance, but it's useful to have a centralised point where all of the complaints and issues can be put together, and you can do some analysis on it to see whether there's any trends going on. For example, landlords are famously picky clients, and as a result, a company that deals with landlords might want to see the sort of sticking points that are causing or generating refunds and complaints, and that might help them to refine the process or introduce some controls, or determine what best approach to take with those particular issues. And then it can actually kick out a basic set of management accounts. Now, this isn't going to be equivalent to getting somebody like myself to prepare a management pack for you, but this might be something useful that you can kick out and take into a meeting with a bank manager, or a meeting with somebody who wants to invest in the firm. It's just to give a broad overview of how the business is performing, and then obviously if you need something more detailed than that, we can help you with that. So this particular instance of the KPI platform is geared around Sage, but it can actually be connected to pretty much any accountancy system you use, whether that's Xero, whether that's SAP or Workday, or any of these systems. And failing that, we can obviously look at doing daily or weekly or monthly, or however frequently you want it, CSV uploads as well. And it's all relatively easy to change over. So if you do decide at some point that you want to move accountancy system, we can very easily connect the new system into the KPI platform. And then obviously, as mentioned, as part of our service, we look at setting KPIs and what's important and not important for your business to be keeping a track of. And this can be configured within this page. Now, generally, clients won't need to touch this, but I just wanted to show, just from this example data set, what the settings might be for like revenue targets or client satisfaction ratings, etc., which will help guide the platform as to knowing whether or not you're meeting the targets, or performing better than them, or performing worse than them. And if we wanted to, we can obviously configure this to be branded in whatever way you want, so it integrates well with your overall business's branding and image. So if you needed to present this dashboard to, again, third parties such as investors or suppliers or anybody who might be interested in seeing this dashboard, you can obviously get it configured so that it matches your business's style. And that's effectively it. It's a very it can be as detailed or as undetailed, as simple or as complicated as you want it to be. This is kind of the broad overview of what a consultancy firm might want to look at in terms of a KPI portal. But obviously, each industry has its own things that it wants to keep track of. And again, we can adapt this and we can change it. We can even add extra reports and extra pages in if you need them or you think that they will be relevant or helpful. But yeah, if you want to find out what we can do for your business in terms of setting a portal up like this, or whether you think it might be useful for you, or whether you're even just unsure and want to find out some more information, get in touch. You can email us or fill out the form on our website.